Tonight on ABC6 News at 5, chaos on Block Island. 2 brawls breaking out, one on the ferry home. We'll break down exactly what happened. Plus, outrage from Republicans in Washington after the FBI raids the Florida resort owned by former President Trump. And the Rhode Island International Film Festival kicking off this week. We're live with one of those filmmakers. We'll get to those stories in just moments, but first tonight at 5, the weather. Storm Tracker Chief Meteorologist Jeff Denoyer is live in the Weather Center. Jeff, it is raining outside.
Oh!
I've been waiting for that for so long.
You know you need the rain really badly when I come back in the newsroom and everybody's all excited about it, which is fantastic. And yes, it's raining here in Providence right now. I went outside, even played in the rain just moments ago. I have some puddles in the parking lot. Nice little downpour here in Providence. Let's talk about the radar and what we got going on. Heaviest of rain right now for the Cape, but it extends back west into portions like Taunton. A pretty good thunderstorm near you. Just kind of hit or miss stuff in Rhode Island. It really doesn't look all that impressive, and it's not. Unfortunately, we need more rain, but it's something, which is good. We'll go to southeastern Mass first. This little pocket of thunderstorms in the Taunton area producing some vivid lightning, some heavy rainfall, and some gusty winds moved out of Dighton just moments ago. The downpour happening in Providence is that little yellow dot right in Providence. There's another one on the heels of it north of Coventry right now. So we're getting some rain. It's very isolated and very localized, but it is some rain. It was also hot today, too. That's the second part of the story. A lot of mid-90s earlier. Now some 90s mixed in with some 80s. It's still really humid out there. But the rainfall threat, a few isolated storms through about 9 p.m. But the benefits behind the rainfall opportunity this evening is cooler temperatures and less humidity. And that's what you have to look forward to for tomorrow. We'll talk more about it in your full forecast on the way. Olivia?
It is a miracle. Thank you, Jeff. And now to developing news on Block Island.
Like to think it's an isolated event due to like the festival or whatever that was going on the island yesterday. But you never know. And it's a little scary, but kind of out of our control.
2 people hurt, 7 arrested after a brawl broke out last night on a ferry from Block Island. The Coast Guard jumping onto the ferry. Now that fight breaking out roughly an hour after another fight at Ballard's Beach Resort. An ABC6 News viewer sharing this video on your screen with us showing a group of men fighting and throwing punches at that club on Monday. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Olivia DeRocha. Now state police say troopers were all on board of all of the ferries for that night, but this ferry was added late because of overcrowding. All of this begging the question, do visitors still feel safe coming to the island, seeing this chaos unfold, all caught on camera?
You know, it's concerning.
Overwhelming emotions from one Block Island resident, Jessica Willie, following the Monday mayhem throughout the island, all caught on camera.
Yo, let's get out of here, dog.
The chaos now garnering national attention, shining a negative light on this small yet popular tourist destination.
As a resident of Block Island, as a mom, it's extremely concerning. I've already gotten messages today from people saying, you know, hey, I'm scheduled to come to Block Island in 2 weeks. Is it safe? I do think there was somewhat of a perfect storm.
That perfect storm including Reggae Fest at the popular bar called Ballard's, and many having the day off for the state-observed holiday called Victory Day.
90% of the visitors that come to Block Island are, you know, they're great. They're responsible, and you know, maybe they want to have a good time, but there's nothing wrong with having a good time. We want people to come here and have a good time and be safe.
6 Rhode Island state troopers were detailed strictly to Ballard's Beach Resort in anticipation of these large crowds. 30-year-old Jacob Dorbor of Providence was arrested as a result of this fight.
I think this is one of the biggest fights that I've heard over there.
Bruce Dorelius caught the fight all on his phone.
It was at max capacity, so it definitely wasn't enough security.
Willie adding, especially after COVID, the island can't afford to lose tourists, especially for something she says just doesn't reflect Block Island as a whole.
You know, if you have the capacity in your business for 4,000 people, and you're going to invite 4,000 people to your place of business, then you certainly need to have the resources to be able to handle that size crowd.
In Block Island, Olivia DeRocha, ABC6 News. New Shoreham's first warden releasing a statement about last night's incidents, and it says in part, quote, "We are shocked and saddened by the incident on the Block Island ferry last night, and we appreciate the work of the first responders who took action to restore order."
Certainly the behavior was not what we want to see in anywhere in the state of Rhode Island. We want Rhode Island to be a destination state, and we want to make sure that people really enjoy the time they're here. Behavior that I'm hearing on the ferry last night is not acceptable, and we certainly are going to respond in a strong way to protect the safety of the people in the state of Rhode Island here to enjoy our great state.
Governor McKee also reacting to last night's fight. The fight comes amid a struggle to find and keep a police chief on the island. Just last week, the top candidate for police chief withdrew his application for personal reasons. ABC 6 News reporter Natalie Norrie will have more about security on the island coming up at 5:30 and how much or how little there really was last night. And for more details on the timeline of last night's events and exclusive content from our viewers, just head to our website. That's abc6.com. This is new tonight. Governor Dan McKee issuing a statewide drought advisory. The governor now recommending all Rhode Island residents avoid unnecessary water use like watering lawns and washing cars. Now, although these are just recommendations and are voluntary, the last time that Rhode Island issued an advisory like this was in September of 2020. Turning now to national news this evening. Fallout tonight after an unprecedented raid by the FBI of former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago home. GOP members now outraged by the FBI. Here's ABC's Faith Abube.
Outrage from right-wing groups and Trump-aligned Republicans after federal agents searched the former president's Mar-a-Lago residence in Florida.
So I think every Republican believes that the FBI, when it comes to Trump and other organizations, have lost their mind.
Some of Trump's online supporters going as far as threatening to wage a civil war, while elected officials are promising revenge on the Department of Justice and FBI. Republican Arizona Representative Paul Gosar tweeting that he will support a complete dismantling and elimination of the FBI, an agency headed by a Trump appointee, Christopher Wray. House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy adding that, quote, when Republicans take back the House, we'll conduct immediate oversight of the Justice Department. The strong reaction from Trump allies coming after FBI agents executed a court-authorized search warrant at the former president's private residence. Trump, who wasn't present during the raid, claiming the agents broke into his safe.
To have a warrant, you need justification, and that says that no one is above the law.
Sources tell ABC News the unprecedented raid was part of an investigation into Trump's alleged mishandling of classified documents. But some legal and national security experts think the investigation might be broader.
I would be surprised if at the end of the day we learn this was simply an effort by the FBI to retrieve records. There probably is something much more significant there.
Trump seen in New York Monday ignoring shouted questions, but in a statement calling the raid a political assault. Some of the online rhetoric approaching levels not seen since the January 6th Capitol attack.
We are seeing mainstream public figures in the media and in elected office who are mimicking some of the language on these extremist forums, and they are throwing fuel on a raging fire.
And we're told President Biden and the White House had no prior knowledge of this authorized search and that this wasn't the first time federal agents visited Trump's home. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
Turning now to local entertainment news tonight, the Rhode Island Film Festival is back in full force this year. Hundreds of films will be screened this week in Providence. ABC 6 News anchor Tiffany Murphy is live at the Providence Place Mall with more. Tiffany, good afternoon.
Such an exciting night. We are counting down to opening night of the Rhode Island Film Festival. It'll start in about 2 hours here at Providence Place Mall. This festival, so exciting. It's been in running for about 3 decades, and during that time, they've had more than 80 films be nominated for an Oscar and more than a dozen films take home an Oscar. So with me now, one of the directors of the films, Pierre Guillet. Thanks so much for joining us. Your documentary, very interesting. It centers around a Bible being signed by celebrities all over the globe.
Yeah, so basically it's conceptual artist David Greg Harth, and it was a time capsule of a project. He started it in '97, ended in 2017, and that was his goal, just to collect signatures in the Bible of culturally significant people. So it's kind of like the theme on how society is obsessed with celebrities, like false idols, if you will. And it's interesting because he grew up Jewish, and now he's atheist and doesn't know the Bible at all. So you really have to see the film to understand him as an artist and the art project.
I thought that was interesting. In the film, you ask, why did he choose the Bible Do you know why?
You definitely have to see the film to know, but art gets inspiration from all over the place. And just like it took 20 years to do the project, the theme, the purpose was evolving throughout. So sometimes you just have to go with that initial inspiration, and then the meaning comes later.
And not all the celebrities that he asked would sign the Bible, right?
Yeah, that was the interesting part, especially for me, because depending on your belief, that could be sacrilegious or you're defacing a holy object. So that was, for me, one of the most exciting elements of filming it, because you never know how somebody was going to react.
Tell me why the Rhode Island Film Festival is such a big deal to you and why you're here this year.
Well, my day job is I'm actually a boat captain, so I work nearby biannually, actually, and this is the first film festival my film has ever been in, a film of mine has ever been in, and it's really exciting to be here.
It is exciting. We're happy that you're here. Good luck tonight.
Thank you so much.
We will be back in about an hour. We will tell you more about the various films that really run the gamut from serious to fun to even some of the best music you've ever heard. Reporting live in downtown Providence, Tiffany Murphy, ABC 6.
We'll see you soon, Tiffany. Thank you. Still to come on ABC 6 News at 5, Breezeway Airlines making TF Green its home. How the move is bringing hundreds of jobs to the Ocean State. Plus, the new feature coming to Snapchat that could make it easier for parents to see who their kids are sending pictures to. You're watching ABC 6 News, Southern New England's trusted news source.
Wake up and plan your summer days with forecasts on the 6th. Your local weather updated every 10 minutes. Weekdays from 5 to 9 a.m. Tips on how to protect you and the kids from too much sun, an hour-by-hour forecast, and up-to-the-minute traffic reports for the quickest routes to the beach. Forecasts on the 6th. Updates all morning starting at 5 a.m.
Guys, are you struggling with ED and sick of the pills? Well, today, Tuesday, we're doing something unprecedented. Our technology is clinically shown to open up and regrow blood vessels. We're finally able to get the blood flowing where you want it, when you want it. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED, call us right now. You'll qualify for the assessment, the exam, even the blood flow ultrasound at no charge. And today only, patients qualify for 3 tune-up treatments at no charge. This is worth hundreds of dollars, and it's free to callers today, Tuesday. Men, let's get your love life back on track and get rid of those pills.
Put a stop to your ED. Call today, Tuesday, August 9th, and you'll qualify for the exam, assessment, ultrasound, and special gift free, plus 3 tune-up treatments at no charge. This is an $800 value free to callers today only. Call Green Valley Medical Clinic at 401-414-9999. This offer ends today.
Hi, we're Dry Zone Basement Systems, the all things basement-y company. Since 1987, over 85,000 homeowners have trusted basement systems to fix their basements. Basement waterproofing, foundation wall repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. Call Dry Zone Basement Systems today for all things basement-y.
The Supreme Court's dangerous attack on abortion rights is a call to action. They're coming for marriage equality and voting rights next. I'm Shannon Liss Reardon. For decades, I've led the legal battles and forged new law to protect your rights here in Massachusetts and around the country. I have spent my career winning the toughest fights. Now I'll be your champion in the courtroom. I'm Shannon Liss Reardon. As Massachusetts' next Attorney General, I will fight for you, and together we will win.
ABC Thursday. It's a new comedy game show between juniors,
the comedy team known as the 3 what? 3 dummies?
And seniors.
What's TikTok?
Kelly Riva hosts Generation Gap. New Thursday, 9/8 Central on ABC.
It's back. Rush hour traffic. When you plan your trip to Providence or Boston, count on ABC 6 Morning News to help you navigate with drive times and alternate routes starting at 5 a.m.
Welcome back. This is new tonight. Breeze Airways opening a base of operations here at TF Green. Breeze will be basing up to 8 airplanes in Warwick starting in 2023. Now the move will bring 250 full-time jobs to the airport, including flight attendants, pilots, gate agents, and maintenance workers.
We want Rhode Island to be this hub where it's convenient for people to travel here and people from Rhode Island be able to travel where they need to do business and also their leisure time. So we're very excited about the fact that the Breeze is going to be an anchor here.
Breeze will also expand the number of routes running through Warwick from 8 to over 20 over the next 5 years. Breeze started flying to TF Green just last year. Turning now to consumer news tonight, some good news on gas prices, which we need. The national average for a gallon of regular gas just over $4 right now. Here in Rhode Island, the average is down 14 cents from last week alone. ABC's Morgan Norwood has the latest.
From New York to Los Angeles, drivers across the country are finally feeling a bit of relief at the pump as gas prices take a dive. The national average falling to $4.03 a gallon. It's the lowest since early March when Russia invaded Ukraine.
I'm just filling up today because it's so much cheaper.
In Los Angeles, where prices topped nearly $6.50 last month, drivers now doing a double take over the savings as regular gas in LA County decreased for more than 53 consecutive days, down to $5.50 a gallon.
I came here because the prices are a lot cheaper than other places, and it's been going down a lot more lately too.
The drop in gas prices comes as the country continues to wade through record inflation. Senate Democrats successfully pushing the Inflation Reduction Act, a bill they say will help lower the cost of everything from health care to energy cost.
The reason we call this the Inflation Reduction Act, it doesn't just talk about inflation, it actually lowers costs of some of the biggest price problems that we have in New York and in the country.
Republicans argue it won't make a difference.
This won't reduce inflation. It won't. But what it will do is drive up the cost of gasoline and the cost of doing business.
While gas prices play a significant role in inflation, according to analysts, it's unlikely to significantly decrease inflation just yet, especially because the cost of other factors like housing continues to climb. But since gas prices are lower, analysts predict airfares may dip as well. Grocery prices could also fall slightly because producers and distributors won't have to pay as much for transportation in order to get their goods onto store shelves. So bottom line, enjoy the break at the pump while it lasts. Oil consumption is starting to rise again, and with hurricane season now underway, any impact to the energy infrastructure could cause gas prices to creep back up again. I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Los Angeles.
President Joe Biden signing the CHIPS and Science Act into law today. This bill invests over $200 billion into domestic tech manufacturing, aiming to reduce reliance on overseas supply chains. Now, President Biden saying the new law marks the beginning of increased possibilities and a stronger country in the face of a changing world.
Fundamental change is taking place today, politically, economically, and technologically. Change that can either strengthen our sense of control and security, of dignity and pride in our lives and our nation, or change that weakens us so that people are left behind, causing them to question whether or not the very institutions, our economy, our democracy itself can still deliver for them, for everybody.
The bill's funding will mainly focus on boosting the manufacturing of semiconductor chips. The maker says that the industry will double between now and 2023. Snapchat is now trying to help people keep their kids safer. The social media app rolling out a new tool called the Family Center that can let parents see who their kids are messaging, but they won't be able to see the messages themselves. Snapchat says to use that feature, parents will have to make their own account and kids will have to opt in to allow parents to use it.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with Chief Meteorologist Jeff Denoyer.
A nice downpour here at the station. Now I have the camera looking east. It's headed towards Rehoboth right now. Look at all that rain. Yeah, it poured here at the station for about 5 hot seconds. It was great. It was nice to be outside. I saw a puddle. I took a picture of a puddle. Thank you all very much for sharing your rain video with me. It's so nice. I've never received more videos of just rain falling. And if you haven't had rain, we're going to keep trying through the evening hours. Don't give up, especially if you're at the coast. I'm going to show you why in just a moment. Where we've had some rainfall, it's cooled the air. Taunton down to 78 with a thunderstorm in your vicinity, now moving into Lakeville. And temperatures everywhere else pretty much in the 80s. Now, if you get a little thunderstorm and you get some heavy rain, it may drop your temperature. But I'll tell you right now, I walked out there when that shower ended here at the station, and it's like a sauna outside. Like, it's just like still really humid. Give it some time. By morning, it'll get better. Temperatures are going to drop. Humidity is going to drop. It is so much cooler off to the north. It's all part of a frontal boundary, obviously separating some very sticky air in southern New England and some more refreshing air to the north. It's going to get even better by the end of the week for us. So gradual drop in temperature and humidity for tomorrow and Thursday, even more of a drop in humidity for Friday. So here's the frontal boundary. And at first it was like blown up storms in Plymouth County, but now they're all trying to kind of come together. And that's good news, as we've had some heavy rain in and around Taunton, here in Providence. Also West Warwick had a downpour. There's some heavier rain now ready to move into western Kent County as well. So Richmond and areas like Hopkinton, at least northern Hopkinton's got some rain. Let me stop this and pause it and kind of take a little look. So what we want is we want this line to kind of all come together and then slip south, and areas south of Providence could do very well with some rainfall for the next hour or two. All right, here's all the lightning strikes. This is in the Lakeville area right now. Look at all that lightning. Probably some gusty winds, too, up to like 30, 40 miles an hour. Certainly raining heavy in and around Lakeville. Then you go back to the west. This is all lightning strikes in and around Rehoboth. This is Seekonk here, the storm moving east now, and vivid lightning with it, with some heavy rainfall and also some gusty winds up to about 35, 40 miles an hour. Then you got this one little tiny little cell, which is just to the north of Warwick into Cranston, right along 95, bringing some brief downpours, probably slowing down the traffic just a little bit between Cranston and Warwick. Zoom back out, another little area we're going to watch right here, moving out into London County, into portions of Kent County and into northwest South County. And yeah, we got some rain out there. It's not perfect. It's not a beautiful line setting up for everybody, but it's some rain. It's out of here by tonight. Fog tomorrow morning, cloudy, yes, but look at the temperatures. 70s to near 80. Yeah, no 90s tomorrow. Woohoo! Okay, Futurecast, let's try to pull this all together. There's those showers and storms trying to come together, make it to the coast this evening. By 7, 8 o'clock, moving south. Once it continues to move south, the rain will come to an end. You wake up with areas of fog tomorrow, and it's still kind of humid. By the afternoon, not as hot. Still a little humid, but not as hot. A lot of clouds tomorrow, too, though. 70s and 80s. Last time we did that was August 1st, so it's been a while. Going to Wednesday night into Thursday, another chance of rain. I like this chance, too. Comes in after midnight, probably more like after 3 a.m., and then continues through the morning on Thursday and into the afternoon. Doesn't look like it's severe weather. It just looks like it's just rain that we could really use. Oh, my goodness. Could some areas get rain twice in 3 days? Oh, my goodness. We've got to write this down in the books because we haven't had much of that, that's for sure. As we go into the weekend, though, behind any rain chances we have for the week, probably the next headline is just how beautiful it could be. That could be the best summer weekend we've had all along. 80s.
Sunny. I guess we'll take it. Now, you know, thinking about this rain, talking about the rain, last night you and I, if you watched at 11, we did a story talking about the drought. Yeah. This rain isn't enough, right, to really carry us through?
No, it's not. It's nice to get the rain. I think any rain is positive, but we need a consistent pattern change that will bring consistent rainfall on a more regular basis. And this little stuff we have out there is nice, but we need more of this.
It's refreshing.
It is. It's nice to see the rain, too. A lot of people very excited right now.
It definitely is. Thank you, Jeff. We'll see you soon. So to come on ABC 6 News at 5, not guilty. A truck driver charged in the death of 7 motorcyclists in New Hampshire acquitted. We have those details. Plus, why one Massachusetts man is filing a complaint with the Attorney General over alleged discrimination in monkeypox treatment. Stick with us.
Meteorologist Chelsea Priest, weekdays on ABC 6 News.
When you're the leader in disaster cleanup and restoration, how do you make like it never even happened happen? Woo! Yes! By being prepared for anything!
Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Allergy sufferers. Bedtime means it's time to take Zysol. Zysol relieves allergies while you sleep, so you wake refreshed. Plus, it works faster than Claritin, and on first dose, provides the same relief as Zyrtec in a pill nearly half the size. Be wise all, take Zysol at night.
The Supreme Court should protect our rights, but lately they've been dead wrong. Overturning Roe versus Wade, striking down common sense gun laws. So we took action. We raised the age to buy a gun to 21 and banned high-capacity magazines. And we are protecting reproductive health care for Rhode Island women. I've got something to say when it comes to rolling back decades of progress. Not in Rhode Island, and not on my watch.
Heard you're handling a case against Attorney Tom Sparks. Good luck.
Yeah, I hear it's like getting in the ring with them.
It's time! Introducing first, Tom Sparks! And his opponent, an adjuster.
On second thought,
I think we'll just settle on this one.
Injured? Then it's time to call Tom Sparks.
It's graduation time, and alas, many are not exactly sure what their new qualification will bring them. But for the clever few, well, they know that Toyota could reward their hard work with an impressive $500 rebate on any new Toyota. That's right, recent and soon-to-be college grads could get a $500 rebate over and above already great Toyota financing offers. So see your New England Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, Massachusetts, there is an election coming up, and this year, your ballot box can be as close as your own mailbox. Because in addition to voting in person on Election Day and early voting, Massachusetts is now offering every voter the option to vote by mail. But you or a family member must request a mail ballot. Massachusetts state primaries are on September 6th, and independents can choose to vote in either primary. Apply now at our website.
Let it rain, Randy! That's how you make like it never even happened happen.
Serve Pro.
This week, the monkeypox numbers, where they stand, plus President Biden's sweeping economic package moves forward, what it could mean for your family. More Americans turn to World News Tonight with David Muir, the most watched program on all of television.
Welcome back. This is new tonight out of New Hampshire. A jury has found Vladimir Zhukovsky not guilty in a 2019 crash that killed 7 motorists, including a man from Riverside and a couple from Lakeville. A truck driver from Massachusetts was charged in their deaths. He pleaded not guilty to negligent homicide, manslaughter, and driving under the influence. Defense attorneys blamed Albert Mazza, one of the victims, and the president of the Jarheads Motorcycle Club for that crash. A Massachusetts man filing a complaint with the state's attorney general alleging the government's lack of urgency prevented him from getting the monkeypox treatment. Since the suit was filed, 5 other men have also said their rights were violated. Right now, doctors only test when patients have visible symptoms. Those symptoms can be invisible, so many are still turned away. A crane tipping over at a construction site. This happened this afternoon on Cambridge Street in Winchester. The crane's boom fell onto an apartment building that's currently under construction. A witness said the crane operator was in the cab when it fell over. Thankfully, no injuries were reported. Coming up on ABC 6 News at 5:30, what we know tonight about 2 brawls that broke out on Block Island. ABC 6 News at 5:30 is coming up right after the break. Stick with us.